Welcome to day 9 of our 10-day Revitalise challenge. Can you believe we are almost there? Today is going to be more of a stretch and tone style of workout. It's a great one to just add into the mix of everything that we've done. We will be doing some stretching, but we have got some nice toning work as well. So I hope you're going to enjoy this one. Let's get ourselves started. So we're going to actually come onto our sides. And we're going to actually do an opening like a book to start ourselves off. So I want you to come onto your side, knees and hips are stacked and ankles are stacked, and arm is going to come out. So your underneath arm is going to come out, and you're going to just be placing one hand on the other. Now, I've got quite a long neck and my neck goes down to the floor quite easily, but some of you may find that you need to put a cushion under your neck. So if you do need a cushion, please grab one so you can actually be nice and comfortable. I sometimes put a ball underneath my neck as well when we have balls in the classes. So I want you to just put your hand on top of the other and just be in this sort of nice closed book position. All right, so we're going to actually now open the book by taking our top arm, and we're going to open it as we want to keep our shoulder blades as much as we can on the floor. I want you to reach back as far as you can, keeping your hips and your knees on the floor as you look over at the arm that's just opened out, and see how far you can open out. Take a deep breath in and then come back up and over, and allow your other hand to come back over and tap the other one. Take a breath. Exhale, opening out. Just want to allow ourselves to open out, reach back, enjoy that stretch through your chest and through your neck, and come back over. So we're working through our thoracic spine as well. We want to keep the weight of both of our legs down on the floor when we do this. Let's do one more of these as we exhale, as we open out. And we're just going to look over at our open arm, and then we're going to come back. Good. All right, we're going to open out again one more time. We're going to stay in this open position just for a moment. Take a deep breath in. And then we're going to rotate our hips so that our knees and everything comes into the top position. Just stay in this nice T position for a moment. And what we're going to do is we're just going to bring our arms up to the top, center them, bring the hands together, reach your shoulder blades up. So protract your shoulder blades, retract your shoulder blades so they press down, and then we're open out again. So take a deep breath here. I want you to feel that floor beneath you. Recognize you've got a neutral spine. And we want to do that again. So drawing down your ribs down towards your navel. As you come up to the top, hands come together. We're just going to protract our shoulders. We're going to raise them up as we open out, and then squeeze them down, back down to the floor. And then we open our arms out. Let's do 2 more of these. Exhaling as we bring those arms up. Protract. Retract and open, and 1 more of these. Use your breath. So deep breath in, calm your mind, raise those shoulders up, draw them back down, and then open out. Brilliant, well done. Let's bring our arms down by our sides. Our feet are going to stay on the floor the way they are, but we're going to bring them onto our toes. Arms are going to be at 45 degrees away from our bodies, and we're going to just rotate our knees. Keep your shoulder blades on the floor, and we're going to take our knees to one side, letting your foot almost like stack on top of the other one, and then we're going to draw back up to the top with control. Let's do the other side. Exhale as we open out. Inhale, draw back up to the top. Let's do 2 more with our feet on the floor. Rotate around, keeping your shoulder blades on the floor. And then draw back up to the center. And let's go to the other side. Opening out. And then squeeze back up to the top. Now you can stay with your feet on the floor, or you can take them into a tabletop position. Squeeze your legs together as we do this, okay? Exhale, lowering down. Now remember, keep your shoulder blades on the floor. If anything feels like it's lifting off, you've gone too far. And then you'll use your abdominals, squeeze your abdominals, and bring them back up to the top. Exhale, let's do the same on the other side. Just keeping those shoulder blades in, drawing down your ribs, drawing down your abdominals as you bring those knees back up to the top. Again, take your breath, exhaling as we lower down. Inhale, draw them back up to the top. And one more. Over we go. Good. And then back up to the top. Well done. Draw your legs into your chest and have a little rock. Massage your sacrum into the floor. Well done. And we're going to just go back and do our opening like a book, but with the other side, okay? So I just want you to take your feet back down to the floor. You're going to rotate your knees in the other direction. So I'm going to face away from you just to set up. Just going to come onto my mat a little bit more. Make sure everything's stacked. Arms can come up and over so that your palms are facing on top of each other. And then you're going to open out again and draw back, keeping your knees down. And we're just going to see if we've got the same opening capability on the other side. Exhale as you bring the arm back up and over and draw your ribs down towards your hips. Take a breath. Exhale, opening out, allowing yourself to open up and just see how far you can go. Some of you may not be able to get your arm to the floor. Some of you may have your arm up here, but you just need to see where you're at. And it's a great one to just open out and release tension. And then bring back over to the top. Again, opening out, rotating over. Good, looking over at that arm that's opening. And as you come back over, your head rotates back with your hand. Last one as we go, opening out. Well done. Just enjoy that stretch. Hold there for a moment, looking over your shoulder. Good. And take a breath. Okay, just going to nod my chin up to the ceiling. Let's just rotate those legs up to the top. Just lift your hips a little bit and come back into a nice lying position. I'm just going to make sure my head is at the top of my mat. All right, so we've got a nice neutral spine. We're lying down, our arms are down by our sides. Get yourselves positioned on your mat. I feel like I've just gone off a little bit, so I'm just restacking myself, repositioning. Feet are going to come in. My legs are back to hip width apart in position. We'll just do a little bit of toning work for our abdominals. And what I'm going to ask you to do is, if you do have some hand weights, I've just got one on either side, I'm going to bring them down. You don't need to use them specifically for the first set of exercises, but if you'd like to use them on the second set, you can. Let's just keep our left leg on the floor. We're going to use our right leg in the first instance. I want you to draw your ribs down to the floor so we have a nice flattened abdominal position, navel going down to your spine. We're going to start with our right leg and we're going to take it into tabletop. We're going to flex our foot and we're going to heel tap to the floor. We're going to extend and tap. We're going to bend and tap. And we're going to draw that knee back up into tabletop. And again, so down we go, tap, extend, tap. You make sure this standing leg stays nice and stable as you bring it back up to the top. Again, down with a tap, extend, tap, back in, tap, and up. Keep drawing down your ribs. We want to stabilize through those abdominals. Use those abdominals as we stabilize and come back up. Now, you can carry on doing this with the leg as we are, or you can bring your other standing leg into tabletop to make it harder. Please decide which one you want to do. Draw your ribs down, your abdominals into the floor. Off we go. Same leg, down, tap, extend, tap, back in, tap, and raise. Down, tap, extend, tap, back, tap, and raise. Two more. Now, if any of this feels too uncomfortable with your leg raised, please put it back down to the floor and continue, because you're really working your abdominals nice and hard when we do this. This is our last one of this movement. Coming back in and up. Take your standing leg, if it is raised, back down to the floor. Stabilize. Point your toe, raise your leg up to the ceiling. We're going to flex our foot, lower our leg down, point your toe, raise back up. Flex and lower, point and raise. Flex and lower, point and raise. Again, flex and lower, point and raise. Let's do two more. Flex and lower, point and raise. Last one, flex, lower, point and raise. Great job. Little circles from here. We're just going to circle around as if we're saucering it for 1, 2, 3. Keep everything stable. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Other direction for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Bend that leg, put that leg down to the floor, and just ease out from your pelvic tilt and pressing into the floor. Great job. Take a deep breath in. Little rock with your knees from side to side. We're going to go to the other side. Your standing leg is going to stay on the floor. We're going to take the other one up into tabletop. Flex your foot. Off we go. So we're going to tap down, extend, tap, come back in, tap, and raise, down, extend. Draw your abdominals in, and raise. Good. Draw down so that you can really stabilize. Press into your standing leg and raise. One more like this. Now, if you want to go into tabletop, this is when we're going to do it. Come up. Let's just put our foot to tabletop. Off we go. So down, extend, and in, and raise. Keep drawing down because it's really difficult to maintain this stability. You're not drawing those abdominals down to the floor, making them work. Good. And up and down. Extend. This is our last one. And up. Well done. Foot to floor. Point your toe. Raise it to the top. Now then, pushing into those abdominals down to the floor. Let's flex as we lower. Point as we raise. Flex. Long line down. Point and raise. Flex and lower. Point and raise, flex and lower, point and raise, flex and lower, point and raise, flex and lower, point and raise. One more, flex and lower, point and raise. Let's hold here, little circles, keep everything stabilized. Off we go. So little circle for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold other direction for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Bend that knee. Bring your other knee in. Let's have a little rock from side to side. Great job. We're going to be placing our feet down to the floor. We're going to go into a little bit of bridge work. This is where if you want to use your weights, you can. Otherwise, you don't have to. We're going to bring our elbows out and we're going to have a fisted hand. So whether with or without a hand weight, or with cans or whatever you want to use. You remember, you can always use water bottles as well. We're going to actually imprint our spine and go into a bridge, and then we're going to do a chest press to start with. So let's take a deep breath in. Imprint your spine, so pelvic tilt. Now squeeze up into a bridge. When we're in full bridge, we're now going to do a chest press up and down for 2. Hold, lower all the way down, unfurling through your spine, and then back to neutral once you've imprinted your spine. Let's take a deep breath and do that again. Exhale, imprint, squeeze and raise, up and down with those arms up and down, and then slowly lowering back down. Good. And again, take a breath. Exhale, up we go. Squeeze, press into those heels, squeezing those glutes, up and down, up and down. Always try and make sure that those arms are controlled, whether you have weights or not. We want to make sure we just really work every muscle with control, pressing our backs into the floor. You can see I'm just going into a nice flow motion. So we're coming up and down, up and down. Now on our next one, we're going to just add to it a little bit more. So we're going to unfurl, take a deep breath in. Exhale, imprint, squeeze and raise. Now we're going to do 2 chest presses. And then here, we're going to rotate our palms to face each other. And now we're going to open our knees for 2 flies, but with our knees. So here we go. So we're going to keep our hips where they are and squeeze back up, open out, squeeze back up, rotate your fists, bring your elbows down, then bring your hips down. And we're going to do 2 more of these. Take a breath in. Exhale, imprint your spine, squeeze and raise. Let's do our chest press. 1, 2, hold, rotate, out we go. Open knees, open arms, back to center. Keep your hips where they are. Open arms, open knees, back to center. Rotate and then lower your elbows first. Oh, I almost went down with my hips first, then lower your hips. And Phil, we're going to do one more of these. Well done. Take a breath. Exhale as we go into an imprinted spine. Squeeze and raise into your bridge. Make sure you've got a good, strong position. Up we go. 1 and 2. Rotate your palms out and up, out and up. Rotate. Lower your arms, then lower your hips. Great job. Put your arms down by your sides. Put your weights down. Bring your knees into your chest. Great job. Well done. All right, let's put our feet to the floor. We're going to go into a number 4 position. So let's just open out our leg, press away to begin with, release through your hip. And then if you want to, you can bring your leg in so we can have a nice stretch through our piriformis and our IT band. Keep your head on the floor if you can. If you feel that this is the only way you can do it, it just means that you haven't got the stretch yet. So what I would like you to do is keep your foot on the floor. And let's place that foot back down. So you can always stay in this position. You don't need to bring your foot off the floor if you find that you are, hurting your neck. Let's rotate out our other knee, press away. If you want to bring your leg in, and then elbow into your thigh, just a little rock from side to side. Take a breath. Well done. And lowering back down. Now today we're going to do a nice hamstring stretch. So take that leg, extend it to the ceiling. I want you to keep yourselves pressed into the floor, your hips nice and evenly pressed. If you want to straighten out your standing leg, you can. Hold behind your thigh. You can hold behind your calf if you want to. Try not to hold behind your knee. So just pulling in. We're just going to pull that stretch towards us. Try not to do it so that it's a shaking stretch, because at some point your stretch reflex will give and you'll be able to pull towards yourself a little bit more. I want you to check your toe. It's up to the ceiling. It's not sickled left or right. And we want to flex and point. Flex and point. Pull that stretch towards you a little bit more. Good. And again, point. Stretch and point. Good. Let's do 2 more. Pull that stretch towards you if you can, that tiny bit more. Well done. Hold. Take a breath. Bend that leg. Put that foot to the floor. And we change legs over. Other foot goes up to the ceiling. Extend your leg away if you want to. If you find that this is too much, then you can keep your leg bent. It just means your hamstrings are tight. And that's what we're trying to stretch right now. So we're just trying to extend through those hamstrings. Take a breath. If you can pull that stretch towards you that little bit more, do. And now let's flex and point. Always keep an eye on that big toe. Sometimes it wants to go left or right. Try and keep it vertical as we rotate through our flexion and pointing. Abdominals are pulled down to the floor. Make sure your hips are nicely balanced. Good. Deep breath in and out. Good. Hold that stretch. Let's pull it towards us a little bit more. Take a deep breath and bend. Brilliant. Bring those knees in. A little rock from side to side. Well done. All right, let's just put our hands underneath our knees. Chin comes to chest. Let's roll into a seated position. Great job. We're going to come onto our knees, or you can stay seated, up to you. All right, so we'll do a little bit of a side bend. So let's take our hand down to the floor. Expand our waist and extend away, reaching in. Keep your elbow bent so your elbow and shoulder are away from your ear. Come back around. Let's do the other side. Hand into the floor. Soften through that elbow. Allow yourself to come up. It's quite easy to come into this position, which is what I started in. Bending your elbow, reaching with the other arm. Good. And come back to center. Let's take both arms. Reach tall. Looking up. Arms come back down. I really hope you enjoyed that workout today. Some nice stretching there. Roll those shoulders. Take a deep breath in. We're going to be going into day 10. I can't believe it. Join me tomorrow, day 10, and we'll get ourselves finished off.